Hi guys, my name is Justin. I'm a Turo host from San Francisco. Wanted to create a video about my experience and thoughts on the San Francisco valet lot that Turo offers. This is mainly going to apply to San Francisco, but maybe if you're in LA, there's some similarities. And the main reason I wanted to share this video was because I had some concerns as I was thinking and considering using the Turo lot. So hopefully this sheds some light on your questions there and concerns. So first off, some of the positives. I love the fact that the lot is turnkey. And what I mean by that is as soon as your vehicle's ready and you drop it off, they take all of the pictures, they do a smell test, they take a short video, they do the mileage in, and right after they send an email with all the information, so you have a record of it. So that's what I mean by turnkey. It's not that hard to do it yourself as a host, but it's pretty nice. So that's definitely a feature that I really like. Secondly, I feel like you definitely get increased bookings if you have the Turo lot selected. And it's hard for me to quantify this, and maybe you should experiment with it if you're thinking about it. But if you need some more reservations, try adding the Turo Valet Lot because it just makes sense. You have guests flying in to your area and they need to get wheels right away. So I think the Turo Lot's definitely helpful if you need more demand. Thirdly, and this might go overlooked quite a bit, but I feel like there's quite a bit of services in the area. So there's definitely a few gas stations, but more so, there's a Shell right at the intersection where you can add air to your tires right there if you're in a pinch. You could do a car wash, obviously fuel. There's even oil change places nearby. So again, if you're in a pinch, I think that's nice to know. So it is a convenient location for hosts. And the last positive, I like that the BART, public transportation, is only a 15-minute walk. So that's good to know, and you do got to factor your own labor and time in getting back and forth because that definitely has a cost. So it's important to factor that in, and we could just do a whole video on that. So we can talk more on that later. As far as the negatives, maybe I should start with the fact that BART is 15 minutes walking distance. I mean, no one said this is easy, and I know it's only 15 minutes, but that's just to get the BART, right? And then you got to get to where you're going. It'd be great if there was like electric scooters or something nearby, but you can't have it all. Secondly, the valet does cost, right? There's a cost to it, and it does eat into your margins. It's actually $40 for a full and $25 for half. And so what this means is if your guest is picking up and dropping off at the valet lot, Turo charges you $40. Now, if you only do a pickup or a drop off at the valet, it's a reduced rate of $25. So keep that in mind. Speaking of fees, there is a $15 parking fee. I believe you have a 24-hour grace period after the reservation ends, and then 24 hours to the next reservation begins before you get charged $15 per day to park there at the lot. And it makes sense, right? There's definitely not a lot of spots there, so it's an incentive to keep your car either in motion in a reservation or you take it off the lot. One of the last negatives is the fact that there's no official service to turn over the car, to do light exterior cleanings, to shake out the floor mats, to wipe down, the dashboard, to get ready for the next reservation. One time I was in Sacramento for work, so it's probably an hour and a half away, and I had a 3-hour turnaround between reservations and had to be creative on how to get the car ready to go. Luckily, the first guest took great care of the car and returned it in really, really great condition, as the guest is supposed to per the terms of Turo. But it'd be really nice if there was some type of official service that Turo offered for hosts to turn around the car. I would gladly pay you know, a little bit of money for that if it was just a light cleaning. I'm not even talking a full car wash, but I feel like that could be somebody's full-time job, or an entire crew could just spend an entire day turning over those cars. So that might be an opportunity for someone out there. So I would put that in my category of negatives. But again, that's definitely our responsibility as a host to keep the car, you know, ready for the next reservation. And lastly, this is not a negative, it's more of a rumor. So the rumor is the city of San Bruno approved a new real estate project on the Turo lot property. You can go on the website and see it for yourself. I don't remember the time frame, but the point being, the location of the lot could change in the near future. So that's just something to consider. I don't know if the project's going to go through or not, but that's something I heard. And then just to round this video out with some tips, I always ask my guests if they would like to drop off at my home location in San Francisco instead of doing a round trip to the SFO Valet Lot. So that's something you could do. And sometimes your guests aren't even aware that they could do one-way drop-offs. So if it's more convenient for them, and that's how I phrase it, I say if it's, you know, more convenient, you're more than happy, more than welcome to drop the car off in San Francisco proper versus back at the airport lot. And sometimes they'll take you up on that. Keep in mind that you can only modify a reservation once it begins. So, you know, you got to keep that in mind. And by the way, only the guest can make the modification. The host will confirm it. So keep that in mind. And then one other small tip is if you're picking up your car after hours from the Turo lot, give them a call at the lot to make sure that your car is not double parked. There was an occasion where I was on a business trip and I was coming home after 10 o'clock because of a delay or something, I forget, but I wanted to pick up my wheels and drive it back home and save myself, you know, the $30, $40 Uber fee, and the car was double parked. So I had to be creative, and I found the solution. But yeah, just shoot them a note. You can text them or give the guys there at the lot a heads up that you're coming. So just a little friendly tip. And if you don't know the number to the valet, I could definitely share that with you. I'll put it in the comments. But anyways, yeah, those are the tips. Hopefully this clears up a little bit some concerns about using the Turo Valet Lot. And anyways, we'll talk to you soon in the next video. Thanks, guys.